All right, what's going on, Tycoon? Super excited for today's video. We are going to be looking at PayPal. Okay. So PayPal has been on my radar a lot, and I really like it. It's showing some good signs of recovery right now after hitting its lows of 179.15. It is nearing 200 right now. Okay, it's at 197.35 currently. All right, so we're looking at it before market opens on Thursday, December 9th. So I am going to show you guys two debit spreads that I really like for PayPal, and also a good investment strategy if you don't trade options and you just strictly do shares. I think that PayPal is at a good buy zone, but I don't think it's ready for a full position size. Okay, so let's say you have $1,000 you want to invest in PayPal. I would suggest investing 10 to 20% of that currently, because we could still fall. It's been in a downtrend. Okay. And what we have is a gap down, a very minuscule gap down to 186, 185 area. So we could see a pullback back down to 185 within the next coming weeks or days, possibly even months. But we have a much larger gap up to fill. Okay. And this is the gap that I want you guys to play. All right. I'm going to give you guys a debit spread. All right. For expire in March. Okay. And if you buy the 220 call, so what you would do is you would right click, go to buy, hit vertical. And then I'm going to change this down here to 1 because we're going to look at buying one of these debit spreads. And so the cost of this trade, including commissions, would be $231.30. And your max profit is going to be $770. Okay, so that's over a 200% return right there. So that's a nice juicy return. And, with a March 18th expiration date, that gives you over 3 months for the price to, do that. All right, now your break even on this is going to be $222.30. So basically that's going to be this line right here. Sorry, I didn't change it. 222.30. Okay, so what that means is that if PayPal is above this level right here in March, you're in profit. Okay. And that is by expiration. All right. Now, if PayPal runs up before expiration and we fill this gap, and PayPal runs up before and you're in profit on your debit spread, please feel free to take profit. Okay. When I show you guys a debit spread, it's not to tell you guys what the max profit is and tell you guys that you're going to get the max profit. What I'm doing is I'm showing you a trade where, hey, you can spend $200 and possibly turn that into 700. So out of that 700, what is your profit goal? Okay. So if you can turn that 200 into 222 into 300, then, take profit there. And that's a very good trade. All right. I'm just giving you guys the levels for the break evens. Okay. So that's a 3-month out expiration contract for a debit spread. That'll give you 3 months to try to catch this gap fill up. All right. Another debit spread that I like, all right, is going to be for, where was it? I think it was like June. Let's see here. All right, so June, we're going to look at a debit spread for the 250 and then the, let's see, the 300. Hold on. Sorry, maybe I may have chose May. So let's look at it again. All right, so May, if you buy the 250 call and you sell the 300 call, all right, your break even on that is going to be 253.87. So you just need the price of PayPal to be above 253.87 by May of 2022, and you'll be in profit. Okay. But this one basically has some 10x properties right here. Okay. So the cost of this trade is going to be $388, so around $400. And your max profit is going to be over $4,000. So cost 400, and then your max profit is over 4,613. All right. So if you do this debit spread, it should be very easy to get 100% on this trade. All right. And so you could come in here and, spend $400. And, I feel comfortable saying that you should be able to turn that 400 into 800 with a max profit of 4,613. All right. Now keep in mind, This is dated till May, so it's got about 6 months on the expiration. So, it's not going to move. The price is not going to move as quickly. All right. But, um, if you see some short-term bullish activity on PayPal, and let's say we fill that gap here soon, that debit spread will probably be worth like 600 to 800 bucks if that happens soon. But like I said, this right here is going to be your break even on PayPal for May. If you enter that debit spread, it's 253.87. All right, so we're going to zoom out a little bit and just kind of show you guys the chart. So we have these three lines right here, this one, and this one. These are all the moving averages. So we're currently below the 50, 100, and 200 moving averages, which is typically a good long-term investment when you are dealing with, blue chip stocks. All right. And PayPal is a blue chip. It's been around a while. And, I don't see them going anywhere anytime soon. And if you've been dollar cost averaging in PayPal over the past 5 to 10 years, you're up significantly. Okay. So this purple channel right here is going to be the main trading channel. Okay, so this is the price that PayPal stays in the most over the past year, from 310 down to 226. All right, that is its trading range, and we're currently below that trading range. All right, so what we need is, and what I think will happen after the the sell off dies off on PayPal, and all of the fear reverses, we'll be back in that trading range between 226 and 310. Okay. So I gave you guys a couple debit spreads that you could look at. I'm going to show you guys some dollar cost averaging points. All right. So I don't mind getting into PayPal right now. What I have here in this green box is known as a demand zone. All right. So we need PayPal to show signs of demand in here in this green box. So if we consolidate in this green box and we don't drop any lower than the green box, and we come back out of it and recover, then this demand zone was valid. All right. And basically, yeah, that was it. The demand zone is valid. We found demand in here and recovered. Okay. So the demand zone technically is going to be from 206 down to 172. Okay, let's call it 172. So if PayPal is consolidating within the next few days between 172 and 205, even for the next week or month, I'm perfectly fine with that. It means that we're holding up in the demand zone and not falling lower. Okay. Now to get a little more detailed than that, our major support levels that we've already held support on for PayPal: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days so far. It's bounced off of the support level at 183.02. It did dip a little bit below that at 179.15. That was our 52-week lows, but it recovered nicely. Okay, so it did dip a little bit below there. So major support 183.02. We have the gap down to fill at 186. All right. Our next support level below 183 is going to be 172. And below that, it's going to be 146 and 125. Okay. So those are the major support levels. I would recommend dollar cost averaging at each of these levels. Okay. So let's say you bought some here at 197 and we come back down to, the gap fill at 186. You could get some more. Okay. We come back down to 183 or 172. You can dollar cost average in some more on some shares. And below there, I would wait to see if we fall down to 146, and if we bounce there, I would add dollar cost average some more right there. And then if we break below 146 to 125, that's going to be our next support level. Okay, so this is mostly long-term investing. Is what I'm trying to put you guys on, is not quick next day gains, but I just showed you guys a debit spread that has basically 1,000% return. All right. And there's a very high possibility that that debit spread will see that 1,000% return. There's a sector rotation heading into the financial sector, and the financial sector is also being rearranged and reorganized. PayPal, Visa, MasterCard are now being added into the financial sector. So it will now be a carrying part of XLF, which is the financial sector of the S&P 500. PayPal, Visa, and MasterCard have been in the tech sector, which I didn't really realize that, but they've been tech. And so they are now being, reorganized and repositioned into the financial sector. Okay. And if you look, hedge funds and, big money on Wall Street is basically saying that they are going to be seeing a sector rotation. So look for that rotation to be happening within the next 3 to 6 months. Look for, certain stocks you may be wondering why they're going down. You don't have any clue why. Possibly even the EV market, electric vehicle market, that's been running up a little bit too much and is a little bit overvalued, right? Or a little bit, overbought, and that can pull back. And meanwhile, the financial sector in stocks like PayPal, Visa, and MasterCard have been dropping hard, okay, and getting beat up. And now's the time to buy those, okay? When there's fear in the street, it's time to eat, baby, okay? And that's when you want to do. All right, so thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys learned something new, found a little bit of value, and appreciated the content in here. If you do, smash the like button. Don't forget to comment and subscribe as well, and I'll see you in the next video.